surf rock.
We get this one a lot.
Yeah. I don't even know if I feel like as time passes, the intention of the name like grows deeper. I feel like it becomes more ironic as time goes on, and eventually it will just be like,
I mean,
full on irony.
Yeah.
But when we came up with it, I think it was just shooting a couple texts back and forth, goofing around, and of course that was just like the filler name. We're like, yeah, that's cool, that's funny, we'll come up with something else. We're like, why don't we just focus on writing songs and shit instead of
worrying about the name.
Yeah.
It was just one of those things that just got thrown out there, and we were like, hey, we should just use that for the time being. You know, it was like, wasn't even like, oh, that's a band name. It was like a statement. I think one of us said,
right?
And we were like, hey, that's cool.
Oh, hey, you can put that on a shirt.
Yeah, that'll look good. And that's, you know,
which we still don't have.
I kind of wish we had a better story. Like, got in a fight at a bar or something. Dude was like, Surf Rock is dead, man. You suck. But that never happened.
Why would that? Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe
you know,
we
could be
start a fight.
Yeah. For me, I don't even know. I kind of feel like throughout like my music career, like I played drums for a long period of time, like different sounds just appealed to me. And this was like one of those sounds that I just, as a kid and in, you know, older age, I just was like, oh, this sounds cool. Like, I like how this sounds. And then it was sort of, I think, just, you were into the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it was, I mean, a lot of our sound has to do with, you know, pedals and such that we use. And I was in a past band, and there was this dude who was kind of like a pedal gearhead, but he didn't even play guitar. He like played the keyboard. So he would like try all these different pedals, and what didn't work, I would always kind of like end up with. So I ended up with like a handful of pedals, and I was like, well, now I don't need to buy pedals, so let's see what I can do with this. So I just kind of figured out, I mean, at least in my opinion, a way to optimize it to get them to sound really good. And I just really love like a really full, beautiful sound that could also be aggressive simultaneously, which I think is something that we can do. But that's just at least where we're at right now in terms of how we got here, I guess.
That's right. Not to say that we like aren't trying different things on a sonic perspective. I mean, sometimes Kevin will like kick on a new effect or something, or like change some of the settings just minutely, but it makes a huge difference. And I'm just like, man, that's like the best thing ever. We need to use that. And then, you know.
Yeah, I think right now we're just trying to do what we can with what we have, just to keep it simple. Because I mean, we do play a lot of shows, and if you're a band with like 4 synths and 2 pedal boards, each show is like, it's almost like, I feel like you can almost dread playing the show. It's like, oh my god, I have so much work to do just to get to and from the venue. But like, since we play so much and it's such low overhead for us to play, it just maintains a really fun, like leisurely feeling.
It does, and I think sometimes
and
you've got too many options.
And I feel like it's not it's not like a sacrifice in the music or the sound. It's like, best of both worlds.
Well, I was interning at a studio a while back. This was but long before the band even existed, and Kevin was in this rehearsal space associated with the studio, and I was like fixing the thermostat one day, and Kevin was like, hey, who's this intern I can take advantage of? Get him to use his services at the studio for my solo work.
Yeah, I kind of had like this grand plan, because I had all like these ideas, all these things I wanted to record. I was like, man, I need to get into a studio without paying for a studio. Let me be like a really cool intern, and you know, we could work on this stuff together and record in the studio for free or next to nothing. So yeah, I saw him just fiddling with the thermostat, and I was like, well, you know, strike up a conversation. And we just did some things, maintained a friendship. We were like hanging out all the time or anything.
And I was gone for a while. So.
Yeah, you went back to Australia.
I went back to England.
Months.
Yeah, I went to England.
Yeah.
And
Same thing. No.
You're like, whatever. Hey, they're in different hemispheres, alright?
And then he came back, and we were always like, we should jam. And I think we both kind of pushed it off. We were like, what would we even do? You know, like,
Yeah.
When I play guitar, when I
We were doing
play
solo
synth,
stuff at the time.
and we were like, fine, let's do it. So then we got together and
jammed.
just like threw on a beat machine, and I had my guitar in my hand, and we were in a room of like instruments, and I thought he was just gonna drum on drums, you know, but then he's like, oh, look at this bass. So I mean, that's just kind of how it started, you know. Like there was no plan to start a band. There was no plan to write songs, but we just found ourselves like with any free time of like the day, the weekend, anything. Instead of like going out, we'd be like, do you want to just get some beers and just jam? And we would do that until like 2 or 3 a.m. or something, you know. And it would be like the summer.
Yeah.
Like, this is more fun. So it started with just being like a really fun thing to do.
Yeah, I still think we try and keep it as like fun as it possibly
Sure.
can be. You know, I mean, ultimately, like as time goes on, we become more busy as a band. So like, writing gets, I wouldn't say pushed to the side, but finding the time to do it is harder because we're playing so much or we're out on the road. Plus, you know, we both have jobs essentially that we have to do. Like, so it gets a little bit harder at times, but it's always with the attitude of like having fun and like creating cool music that we enjoy playing.
Mm-hmm. It was, of course, as any band is, it's difficult to book shows in the beginning, and we were having some difficulty just emailing any venue, you know. And then it's great now. It's at a certain point where people reach out to us, so that's fantastic. So that does make it more possible for us to play more shows because people are asking us to play shows.
That's right. And like, it's great. I mean, it's really good that we enjoy just jamming in the rehearsal space and writing, but it's like at the end of the day, music is about sharing, sharing it with people. So if you're not out playing shows, you're not really sharing it with anyone. It's like, I wouldn't say it's selfish, but it kind of, I don't know, it makes it less fun. It's like, it's good to go out, it feels good to go out and play and see like, oh, people like this.
It's so rewarding.
It's like, it's rewarding. You're giving something to other people, you enjoy it, they enjoy it. Yeah.
I guess it matters what you mean by like technically, if you're watching us play, it's technically three people playing. There's a drummer.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess we are a duo. We do a lot of the writing. I guess we do the writing.
Yeah, we do.
But our drummer, he's not only just like a piece of the live performance, and we do play with him. We do fly new material through him, and it's just really creative and constructive, you know. So it's good. But I guess for right now, surf rock is dead.
Yeah, I mean, even we talked to Jake about it, and he was sort of like, you know, I play the drums, and you know, I want to sort of like, what you guys want to do, you do your thing, and I'll like add essentially like what I think is going to work. And
sure. And he's also really busy.
Yeah,
you know?
he's very busy.
He plays in multiple other bands.
That's right.
In Brooklyn, so he's got a lot on his plate.
I don't think it's different every time.
Yeah.
I mean, I think sometimes like you've got a melody in your mind and you just like come out with it, or I'm like riding along, like riding my bike, and I'll hear something in my head and like bring that into space. Or sometimes Kevin's playing a riff and I'll walk in the door and just be like, this is amazing, we have to jam on this.
I think that was how Never Be the Same started.
Yeah, definitely.
I think I was just like playing the intro riff, and then like Joel opens the door, is like, what is it? Don't stop. He just like set up his bass, set everything up, and then jumped right into it.
Yeah. Even the other day, like we were just in the space, I came in late and you and Jake were jamming on that riff, and I was just like, this is amazing. What are you doing? Let's do this, let's play.
Yeah. I mean, we try to make it just feel like really natural, you know, like if something feels right. We try to pursue that a lot rather than like
Forcing it,
yeah.
I kind of feel like sometimes we a lot of the songs as they're like in, you know, their evolution, sometimes I'm like, these could just be good instrumental songs. You know? I'm just like, this is great. And then we might throw vocals on it or sometimes we don't. We're like, we'll come back to this later.
Mm-hmm.
Feel the burn.
Sure, that, and I mean, we thank you guys, Perry News. This is exciting, and thanks for having us. You know, click on the links that I'm sure they'll provide, and we'll have more content, musical content in the future.
That's right, and if you like what you hear, hit us up, say hey.
Come to a show.
Yeah.